Hey there, this is Caro. Today I turned 3 years of doing yoga every day. That's right, every single day for 1,095 days I did a yoga practice. This may not seem like a lot for some of you, but for me, it's been one of the most wonderful things I've ever done for myself. And I wanted to share a bit of this journey with you. Spoiler alert, I didn't learn how to make a headstand, a pretzel pose, or an 8-angle pose. This video is more about a journey towards oneself. I started practicing yoga 8 years ago in 2016, and ever since, it has always been part of my days. In 2020, I started practicing more and more often. And by the end of that year, I decided to commit to doing yoga every day for 1 year. That year taught me so much that I decided to keep my commitment going. And today marks 3 years since I've been doing yoga nonstop. The biggest lesson I've taken from my daily practice is to meet myself where I am. No performance necessary. Before starting my daily practice, I tune in to what is it that my body truly needs that specific day. Most of my days, I do a 1-hour yoga flow, and some days I include ankle weights on my practice. Other days, my body or my schedule aren't available for a 1-hour yoga flow, so I commit to a smaller amount of time. My only rule is that I have to do at least 15 minutes a day. There's days where I do vinyasa flows with lots of sun salutations and movement. Others, like the days I am on my moon, my period, or I've been doing a lot of physical work throughout my days, I do restorative yin yoga flows. Some days I wear my yoga clothes, ankle weights, and all. And other days I grab my pillows, blankets, and I practice in my pajamas. This has been by far my biggest lesson from this commitment. Showing up as I can every day instead of forcing a specific type of flow. Within my yoga practice, I have chosen to never see it as a practice in the one my goal is to get better. Hence, why I've never learned how to do a headstand or handstand. My yoga practice is a place where I show up as I am every day. No need to get better at it. Naturally, by practicing every day, the flexibility and the different poses I've been able to do grows. But it's been that way naturally, without forcing anything. I believe I have been able to go for this so long as my practice isn't something I feel I have to do, but rather something which I get to do, and I get to do it in favor of my body. On the days I feel maybe a little less motivated to show up on my yoga mat, I remember that I've never ever finished a yoga flow and then I have wished I hadn't done that yoga session. Every time that I end a yoga flow, I am so glad that I did show up in my mat. I believe the reason behind this is because my practice is here to be of service to what my body needs every single day specifically, instead of forcing my body to do things it can't deal with on certain days. Another very big lesson from my daily flows is that what works the best for me is to do my practice first thing in the morning. Instead of putting a specific time, let's say 7 a.m. every day, I just do it first thing in the morning, whatever that time is for each specific day. There's days when I've done my practice at 3 a.m. when I had to catch a train at 5. I've practiced in airports, friends' living rooms, on top of beds, inside bathrooms, in small kitchens, and more. I've practiced alone and with others, in nature and in buildings. I've gone to studios and I've done online classes. I've practiced for so long that I have now come up with my own yoga flows, which I love to connect with. I love the different ways one can practice yoga. There is not one way, and this excites me to keep exploring what yoga means in my life. I love my practice because I connect to my body in the most deep way I've known possible. I feel strong, fluid, capable. It shows me I can go past challenging poses, and for me, that is a metaphor of being capable of going past challenging times. It sometimes gets uncomfortable, it gets challenging. Some days it is all sweat and screams and body aches. But I wonder, can I stay present with my breath even in those uncomfortable times, those uncomfortable poses? Some other times it gets celebratory, fun, and like a lot of yoga girls would love to say, yummy. Doing yoga makes me feel like a dancing flower, part of nature, connected. It also becomes restorative, healing, soothing, calming, like a warm hug I didn't even know I needed. It whispers to me, you are safe, you can go slow, it is good to rest. There is so much more I could say about my daily practice, but part of why I practice every day is because I haven't been able to put in words what this practice means to me. If you take one thing from today's video, I hope this video invites you to get a little bit curious about your breath and your body. They are both portals into our hearts, ourselves, portals to remember and come back to the simplicity and the beautiful union that life can be. Here is to many more days of doing yoga and expanding.